The city of Minot will continue with its annual fall cleanup program, despite concerns brought forth by organizers about staffing and safety. For 7 years, the city has offered spring and fall trash and debris cleanup for its sanitation customers. During this week's full city council meeting, Utilities Director Jason Sorensen proposed ending the fall cleanup for a number of reasons. He says the seasonal cleanups twice a year pulls 50 staff from units like street, water services, the airport, the landfill, and others. He added that during the fall, this takes away crews during crucial time, like not being able to do pothole filling, street sweeping, and alley maintenance. Sorensen also says there's been a reported number of 14 injuries among crews during fall cleanup. However, City Council member Mike Blessum clarified that pricing for sanitation services wouldn't change even if fall cleanup stopped.
A big thing for me is I am not about giving less service for the same dollars. I mean, that to me is a given. If we were considering doing this, we would certainly need to give them a break on their pricing.
Sorensen says an alternative to fall cleanup for residents could be to use the free dumping at the landfill and to encourage bulk collection services. The council voted unanimously to continue with the fall cleanup and advised Sorensen to consider another plan.